Hello, hello, hello. This is Carla Michelle. How are you today? This is a beautiful day in the month of July 2021. And we have to be happy. We are alive to even listen to this podcast. There's a lot going on in the world that we don't even know about. There may be some things going on personally in your home, in your family, at your work. Whatever is going on, though, if you're listening, I hope this time encourages you, gives you some hope and some inspiration, and touches you or someone else you want to share it with right where you or they are. Once again, this is your host, Carla Michelle, of the Strong Woman's Podcast Network. And if you have not followed already and subscribe to this podcast, go ahead and do so. And if you're an Apple listener, go ahead and give it that 5-star rating and leave some good words, some good vibes there so everybody else knows what's going on here at this podcast. Go ahead and feel free to follow me on Instagram at Miss Carla Michelle, MSCarlaMichelle. I am on LinkedIn, Carla Michelle, and Facebook, Carla Michelle. So, and if you ever need to email or send a message, go ahead and send that to hello@drcarlainc.com. hello@drcarlainc.com. If you don't know this, why do I do what I do? One thing is because I remember how it felt to not to have someone to talk to and to encourage me and to show me some steps and tools and tricks to get to a level of newness, a new mindset, to feel better about life and myself. So strong came from my journey. Strategic, I saw the necessity of being strategic, using talents and why we have them and exposing them to the world. The power of resiliency and how that is the foundation to having a better life. Optimism. Man, if we are not optimistic, what are we doing? We're not living. We have to believe the best. We have to hope for the best. Even when it takes a long time to get where we want to go, and it seems like the door will never open, the elevator will never go up to that floor that we imagine, we have to remain optimistic. And then that necessary, that in. Oh my gosh, if we don't believe we're necessary, it is so hard to be strategic. It is so hard to use our talents. It is difficult to be resilient and to remain optimistic. If you do not believe that you're necessary, you're not just needed as a one-time thing. You are necessary. You are constantly being needed. You are constantly being required. And then when you know the STRON, you gotta go global. If it's not the entire world, at least your world, at least in your home, at least in your company, at least in your job, at least with the people that you come in contact with, your friends, whatever it is, make your impact, right? That's why I show up. That's why I show up. And that's why I do this. And today, I want to talk about what do you do when you just feel discouraged? What do you do when you feel discouraged? And I would love, there is this new app where I can go, I think, live with the podcast, and we can have a conversation about the episodes. I'm going to have to follow up more on that because I think that's great because I always want to hear what you guys, which not just guys, what people have to say. And I don't mean anyway, what people have to say. And it would be great to just have that dialogue. So look out, it's coming. And it's nothing but a thing to do. I just got to do it, right? That's how life is. You know what? You can say you're going to you got these great opportunities that show up on your step or on your door, and then you get backlogged and you don't take advantage of it. So that is one thing that I will do. I've already signed up. I just got to make it happen. So how do you work through discouragement? How do you work through? Because discouragement in some form can feel like you're stuck, like you're not getting to where you want to be. Like I said earlier, the reason to be optimistic is because sometimes it takes time for those doors to open, to go to that next level. It seems like it takes forever, but isn't it crazy that once it hits, it's like, man, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that long. But yet in the midst of it, and I always say this, when you are getting right there, I'm telling you, when it's right there, that's usually when all chaos breaks out, when you feel the most discouraged, when you feel the tears welling up, when you are having disagreements with staff or yourself. You can't have disagreements with yourself, with your loved ones, and things, with your team. There are things that seem to happen to disrupt right before that door opens. So don't give up. But how do you remain encouraged in the sense of discouragement? Well, one, and sometimes I will tell you this, I will give you tools that sometimes just don't work for the moment. But you gotta try them. If you have a toolbox, I love to tell my clients this. These are things you put in your toolbox. These are things that you've learned in life that you start creating your go-to toolbox. And that even means if it's written in a book, if you create a video where you're talking to yourself about the toolbox and the things that you use, create your toolbox, your go-to fixers, your things that help you get out of or go over or break through certain areas that are holding you back. Toolbox is some I can recommend, and I've said it before, is journaling. And in how many of you journal in a way where they call it scripting, and where you're writing out the way that you want your day to go? Prophesying your day, right? Predicting your day is another thing, another term that I've used in the past, and I've done episodes on that. Predicting your day in the morning. How do you want your day to go? And if you didn't get to do it in the morning, stop. Stop when you feel that your day is going somewhere where you don't want it to, and grab a piece of paper, a notebook, if you carry it around, the notes in your phone, wherever and start writing how you want that day, that meeting, that interaction, that evening to go. Just stop. Instead of complaining and calling somebody and complaining about it, stop and get some paper out. And I know your phone is great, but there's nothing like your hand holding a pen or a pencil and inscribing something on a piece of paper, and rewriting the narrative of your day, rewriting the narrative of your evening, of that situation. Because let me tell you what happens. Your brain does not know that you're making up a story. Or are you really even making up a story? But your brain is not aware of what you're doing. So that is important, that when you're writing this story, your emotions get involved, your feelings get involved. So it's not necessarily what you're writing, it's how you feel about what you're writing. And then the thing is that one sentence may do it, but a paragraph, a page, all the way down, and flip it and do the other side with this story of how you want it and how you see it and how it's going to be presently, not in the future, but you write it as now. And your body responds, man. It is a crazy thing. And if anyone has tried it, I would love to hear from you. Send me an email right now. hello@drcarlainc.com. And you understand what I'm saying when it comes to predicting your day, predicting your moment, scripting, however you entitle it, journaling in a positive way. Many of us use our journals to complain. Our journals should be used for taking us up another level, to seeing the solutions to the problem. And speaking of journal, if you have not already availed yourself, I just released a journal. It's 120 pages of lined pages on Amazon. And I'm going to have to go ahead and add that to the show notes so you are able to go ahead and get it. It's $6.97, and it is there. So I want you to avail yourself to that, because that's a great one. It's a 6x9. It's a great size to have in your briefcase. Or do you have briefcases? Your bag, your backpack, for the office, for the home, for all ages, because it is blank pages inside. But it's a great place to script, to do your scripting, to predict your day, writing. All right. That's one thing. Another thing is, if you're feeling discouraged about a decision, this is an exercise that I have found very helpful and use with my clients, is to list 10 things. 10 things. Just brainstorm 10 things, 10 solutions, 10 ways that you can bring in another stream of income, 10 ways that you can solve the problem with your staff, 10 ways you can use your talent. 10, all right? Once you get that 10, you're going to break it down to 5. You're going to pick your 5 that you really kind of gelling with, right? And then from there, yes, we're going to break it down again. You're going to pick your top 3. Your top 3 from that. So you have 3 to work with. Now, what I want you to do with that top 3, I want you to put them in order of which one you can start. The first, number 1 is the one you can start now. That you can do a quick turnaround, and it can happen as soon as you finish that list. You can get on your phone, you can Google something, you can sign up for something, whatever. You can make a phone call, you can send the email, whatever it takes. You can do the task. But that's your number 1 that you can do right now. Number 2 and 3, you're going to put them in order of what you can do next, however long the action takes. Those are your top 3 to-do list for the day, the week, the month, however long you've done it. So one thing that happens with this list is that now you have something to focus on, and not focusing on what you don't have right now. You're able to focus on what is coming, what you have your hand on, what is available, and you're able to do some research on how to get those 3 things come to pass. So your brain now is working towards a future goal. Your brain now is on board. It doesn't have time to worry about what's not going on, what's not happening. You just gave it another plan, another strategy, another goal for your life, for your relationship, for whatever you have, whatever's holding you back, for your team, for your business, for your income, and you're going to follow through. Okay? So that's the second thing. Let's see. Third thing is, if you're feeling discouraged, this sounds crazy. Well, it's not. Why am I saying that? Take a pause. Take a pause. Pause? You just told us to write 10 things and then break it down. Well, for those of you who have not taken a pause in the last 90 days and you're feeling discouraged, self-care, self-pace is important. Pause. It's so important that when you've got so much going on, it could be a mental, cerebral, can I say that? Oh my gosh, you know what I mean. Mental overload. There's nothing wrong with pausing. Just like there's nothing wrong with inhaling slowly and exhaling slowly. That could be your pause. But I would want more than that. Where's your day? Another thing I like to mention to my clients is, where's your time? Where are you? When are you going somewhere and not working, or not thinking about work, or not thinking about your family, or not thinking about your team, or not thinking about the future, or not thinking about that thing that is just wearing you out since January 2021? or January 2020. When are you going to pause? When are you going to plan a getaway? It doesn't have to be extravagant, but then it can be extravagant because that brings joy. But it can be a massage. There's many ways that you can get a massage. If you don't like to be touched, is there a great restaurant that you can drive to that's not just close down the street, but you have to drive and you get a great experience? Dress up, look nice, have fun. Invite some people. If you invite someone you like, invite me. But what is it that you can have that pause that tells yourself that you are important? Is it taking that nap? Is it taking naps? Is it starting to implement naps in your weekday? Is you don't schedule anything and you take an afternoon nap and you close it down. Do not disturb on your phone. Turn your computer off and take a nap. Every day. I challenge you to do that for 30 days, and I bet you in 2 weeks you will see a change. But that doesn't mean you stop. You go for 30 days. And just enjoy taking a nap. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Put the timer on so you don't have to keep looking at the clock. But it's power in that. So one, we have scripting and prophesying and proclaiming how your day is going to be in writing. And one thing with that, number one, I guarantee you look back and your day will almost match what you're writing. It's what it does is program your actions and your expectations. Because one, you felt it. So your body's going to, hey, this is what we do. You've set it in motion. 2, you're going to the 10 steps, to the 5, to the 3. And you're going to take some action. And then you have your pause. Go ahead and pause. And hey, you who have taken breaks in the last 30 days, still keep going, still pause. You haven't had a break this week. You're going, things have changed in your life. There's been adjustments in your life that you have no control over, and you really don't know what to do. Pause. Maybe one of these 3 tips, I hope that one of these 3 tips enables you to turn it around for your good. It's important. All right. Thank you for your time. And thank you for pushing play. There's power in pushing play, because what you're doing when you listen to this podcast is that you're taking time to encourage yourself, to lift yourself up, to take a break from where your brain is going, to think outside of the box in some things. It is my pleasure to serve you. It is my pleasure to be here on this platform with you, for you, because of you. And once again, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're looking for coaching, reach out. Let's talk. I also mentioned the strong group coaching that's happening in September. It's 6 weeks. It's of 90-minute sessions starting September 1st. It will end October 6th. And go ahead and Dr. Carla Inc. in services. You will see group coaching in there, and go ahead and sign up. I am looking for you. Small, intimate groups. People are signing up, and it is going quick, and I want you there until July 31st. When you check out, $100 discount is already applied. You get a workbook. You get 90-minute sessions. I am your host. I am your coach, and we're going to be working on some great things to get you to your new level, to help change your mindset, to get you back and encouraged, to give you the gusto for that next level, and to ask questions, and just to be in a space where you feel safe and you can get some questions answered and you can get some insight from myself and others. And I want to see you there. Go ahead and sign up. And get that $100 discount. that's there waiting for you. I will see you soon. All right. Carla Michelle signing off. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.